So today we can start our new book. That's name is The Art of Being Alone. So we can start with the introduction of this book. And in this book, Dr. Vivek Murthy, former surgeon, journally Journal of the United States, uh, recently wrote loneliness and weak social connections are associated with the reduction in the lifespan similar to the caused by smoking 15 cigarettes a day. There is a huge amount of evidence showing individuals who report feeling of loneliness are more likely to have health problems later in their life. What when the idea of writing the book came to my mind, I decided that I would not write a book that speak data, but rather a book that speak from one heart to another heart. That is what we need, right? We do not care half as much about how many people in the world are lonely as we care about how we can deal with our loneliness. Well, that is the first problem. Why is loneliness considered such problem? Why do you hate the ideas of being with yourself so much that the time you spend with yourself is considered loneliness, and there should be some instant hack and techniques to deal with it? How who can the ideas of being with yourself make you feel scared? Honestly, I have no authority to ask these questions. I was not very nice to myself either. I used to think that there was something wrong with me, and that was the reason people left me. I felt that if I could fix that wrong thing in me, perhaps people would stay. After spending a long time by myself, figure out my personality and thoughts, I realized that I am a pretty good person. I like being with myself. I always did. I loved spending time in my room, reading my books, and wa- wandering off to distinct place in my head that only I am aware of. That always felt luxurious to me. I dug deeper into my past, tried to understand why I hate the ideas of being on on my own, and why I tried to make friends when never truly want a big group. I am introvert and I like having only a few people around me, people who I truly love. I do not like to hang out with people whom I call friends but do not care about. All the mental Kernings eventually brought me to the same position. Why was I wishing for the very thing that I hated? The question came to me suddenly. Acceptance in society. Let me explain. When I was in high schools, there was a girl in my class who had not a single friend in a bench of 150 students. I cannot say why no one talking to her because she was from a different section. I was a new student. Yet those those same people become my friends. I even had friends who were from her section, but she who had been studying in that school from the beginning did not have any friend. I used to see her eating her tiffin alone at recess, sitting alone in the last row in the class so that she could be hidden, and even going to washroom alone. Fun facts: girls would rather control their pee than go to the washroom alone. But there she was all alone. As much as people made fun of her, most people felt sorry for her as well. I remember I asked one of my friend about her. I do not know her name, so I said, hey, why did the girl from section A always seem to be alone? My friend replied, I do not know. I never talked to her either, but she has been like this since I joined the school. Other students say she is very very dope. You know, like you know, the conversation is the answer to why we fear loneliness. The fear of loneliness has been injected into our mind since we were kids. We have learned that the kids who eat alone, sit alone, and have no friends is pathetic. In every book or movie, such a kid is always first featured as weak character who needed to be saved. Pick any book or movies, and you will observe a common pattern about loneliness in all of them. These people were shown as easy targets or an object of your sympathy. No one wants to be seen as a weirdo. Hence, we dread being alone. We do not want people to think of us as a worried someone who needed to be saved, or who can be mocked, someone who is wanted or does not fit in which the cool kids. I do not think I need to talk about how much importance we give to other opinion. It is our life, but we live as per the rule of society. In fact, so many people do not act on their goals because they are worried about what people would think of them. What if people laugh at them? What if they fail and everyone see them as a failure? Our life has become a collection of others thoughts and judgments. The fear of judgment is rooted so deep within us that before anyone else we start judging ourselves. David Foster says, "You will stop worrying what other think about you when you realize how seldom they do." It is quite ironical, but your biggest enemy and critic is no one else but you. Before anyone else, you know what you are up to, and before anyone can, you you pass judgment on your next move about on what